Okay, what is going on, everybody? RogersBase here. Welcome to my live reaction and review to One Piece Manga Chapter 1027. As you can see, I am back in Los Angeles. I'm back. I was out of town. I was traveling. I was in Chicago. A lot of stuff has happened in the past week. I'll fill you guys in on some of those announcements. My secret project was officially revealed. And because I was busy, obviously I was helping with my family and I was busy doing other stuff, I actually didn't even see anything else about this chapter. I know one thing about this chapter. I know it came out officially yesterday. I know one thing about it. I know this is a Zoro versus King chapter, but I actually haven't seen anything else about it because I've sort of been removed from the internet. But I'm excited. Also, for some reason, my chat's not showing up on screen. Hold on, let me fix that. There we go. Boom! All right. Perfect. We're back. We're good. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Yes, though, I am back in Los Angeles, and I'm excited to read this. So here we go. One Piece Manga Chapter 1027. This one is called Danger Beyond Imagining. And it says, reader request Roger gleefully running from a lion whose face he scribbled on. Okay. All right. We got a Roger cover page. That's kind of cool. Danger Beyond Imagining. It's kind of a weird title, though. You would think it's Danger Beyond Imagination, but it is what it is. Okay, let's go. Boss Nekomamushi. Be careful you don't turn Sulong. For some reason, the moon's out again. For some reason. We know that's because of Luffy. I like that we see him still standing in front of the corpse of Sparrow. I read about this in the journal. When Roger and Whitebeard met in combat, the heavens split open. And then you see Kaido and Luffy. You get the parallels of Roger and Whitebeard. If you didn't have the confirmation last week, you got the confirmation now. Luffy and Kaido. The two of them clash between Yonko. Here we are. What caused that rumbling? What's happening up there? It's a clash between Yonko, of course. Luffy versus Kaido. That Thunder Bagua. I thought I blocked it, but I didn't even come close. Oh, so Yamato's like bleeding from it. Yamato, hold on. Help that coward out. Who are you calling a coward? You. Come on, Momo. Shape up. Shut up. I know what I have to do. Some people just do not change their nature in minutes. Well, he still bit Kaido last chapter, though. That still happened. So I feel like he did step up to play a little bit. You're going to be all right, Momonosuke. I'm with you. I'm sorry about leaving your side earlier. Yamato, Momonosuke? Where do you think you're going? And Kaido's chasing him down. Momo screaming, holding onto the rock. Kinemon, Kiku, please give me strength. I promise I will do my part. Take Lord Momonosuke and flee. Okay. He's still shivering on the rocks. Hurry, Momonosuke, hurry! Slamming down on him. Alright, catching him by the neck. Yamato! I know, you want to take this one on yourself, don't you? Yeah, okay. So we're going to get a 1v1 versus Kaido? Huh? I'm going to die! Momo, grab the sky, grab it. Dragons don't fly, remember? You create the clouds and then grab them. I almost said the crowds. Race through the sky. That's what a dragon does. He's going, I'm flying. He's grabbing out of the clouds. Those clouds of yours are called flame clouds. Now get away from the island. Setting this up. So obviously he's going to be the one to catch the island. We talked about this last week. We've been talking about this for the past couple weeks now. It does seem like there's going to be a parallel with Momonosuke holding up Onigashima, just like Oden held up his scabbards all those years ago. It's cool that this direction's going, and interesting that Luffy's gonna 1v1 Kaido, apparently. That's interesting, but okay. Get away from the island. The island is starting to collapse. You get a really good shot of Onigashima there with the rubble coming down. Could it be that Kaido's power is actually weakening, and that's making the flame clouds unstable? They're not able to support the rock, and it's cracking and falling away. It's a disaster waiting to happen. I won't let it go to the flower capital. I turned big in order to stop this island. And he's saying, that's not going to work, Momonosuke. There's no time. Just look. The capital is so close now. We will arrive in no more than 5 minutes. Oda sure does like his 5-minute marks. Yeah, 5 minutes for Gear 4 all the way back in Dressrosa. It's always 5 minutes. All right. So it's going to land on top of the flower capital in 5 minutes. Then make more flame clouds. Kaido created gigantic dragon-like clouds, and that's how he's moving the island through the air. The only thing that could push it back is even stronger flame clouds. But what you speak of is impossible. I only just learned how to fly. I may not have the same power as Kaido either. But you made flame clouds, didn't you? I know you can do this. The situation's much more dangerous than we imagined. Even if it settles down on land the way Kaido envisions, there will be terrible losses within the city. And in the worst of cases, if Kaido should succumb first, the flame clouds will vanish and Onigashima will plummet to the earth. That's not the worst case. Worst case is Kaido lets it fall and Luffy dies. That's the worst case. That's not worst case if Kaido should succumb first. That is, I could think of way worse situations, Yamato. There's an incredible stockpile of weapons within the island and explosives. Onigashima might as well be a giant bomb. And at this distance, there's no way the citizens can evacuate in time. And they're all still having a good time with the, fire festival. If the island falls, everyone will perish, friend and foe alike. Huh? Then maybe we should stop Luffy. No, stupid. We're not stopping Luffy. You want to stop the man putting everything on his back and standing in the line of danger for everyone? No one but Luffy can beat Kaido. And we can't tell him about this. We have to get through this danger without anyone finding out. Okay? Okay. So Yamato and Momo are removed from the fight then. We really are going to get a 1v1 Luffy and Kaido. All right. There's a lot to discuss. I'm gonna finish the chapter first. Also, where is Zoro and King? Everyone was telling me it was a Zoro and King chapter. This is clearly Luffy and Kaido. I got some stuff. We'll talk about it. It's fine. I'm going to save it. All right. Performance floor Skull Dome. Oh, here we go. Okay. Just as I said it, we got King. Get down. Master King's totally lost it. Okay. You see the Pteranodon wings slicing everything up? Zoro holding it back? See the scream? One of the wings is bent. It looks like Zoro really messed King up. What? Frankie's there? Zoro? Wait, Zoro, what happened to you? Man, this guy's strong. But of course he is. Well, of course he is. Again, he's the right-hand man of Kaido. I mean, what do you think? What's happening out there? You want help? No, no need. Damn, King. Knock it off with the chaotic antics. You sliced my butt. He goes, well, I wish I sliced your neck. Savage. What? Pirate Hunter Zoro just damaged King's mask. No wonder he snapped. After all, nobody knows what King's face looks like. Awesome looking shot right there of King with the bent wings, standing with the spikes on his shoulders, staring straight at the camera, and you just see Doom in the background. Oh, that's gonna be a cool shot. I hear already. Bum, 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 boom, bum, 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 bum. Sorry, Frankie, you gotta stand back. All right, you got it. Good luck, man. Frankie's getting the hell out of there. He wants nothing to do with this. Imperial, three-sword style, ultra, archer, tiger hunt. So Imperial Archer is King's attack, and three-sword style, ultra, tiger hunt is Zoro's. Okay, interesting. Let me zoom in on that page real quick. What am I looking at? What's coming out of King's head? Oh, so he's getting slammed backwards. Through the wall. Oh, Zoro. Coughing up blood. Great shot of him standing there, though. Well, he's not standing. He's falling through the rubble as you see the Pteranodon flying. What? Flying through the side of the skull? I'm falling. Two-sword style, clear lance. Slicing back up. Ooh, that was close. At least let me die by the sword. Show a little respect. And then we got King, a little bit of his mask messed up. And he says, I ask the same of you. To be continued. One Piece 1027 end. Okay. That's the end of the chapter. All right. Is there a break next week or no? Doesn't seem like there's a break. Hold on, my chat's saying... Zoom in on Kaido. Wait, what? Oh, zoom in on King's face. on page 16. It looks like there's a tattoo on his eye. What? What is Dragon? Dragon got Lunarian marks tattooed on him protesting the world government. Wait, what? What the heck? What? No break, by the way. Excellent. Wait, hold on. Jack, let me read this again. Zoom in on King's face on page 16. I got you, okay? It looks like there's a tattoo on his eye. Okay, I don't really see a tattoo. But okay. What if Dragon got a Lunarian mark tattoo to protest the world government? Yeah, I think it's his broken mask. I don't think that's a tattoo. I mean, that would be cool. I'd like that. I think it'd be cool to find out more about Dragon through the fight with King. I don't think that's going to happen, though. Thank you, by the way, to Lord Daimyo for becoming a member. Nakama, appreciate that. Thank you. You guys are saying Zoro now has an up B. He's got a recovery just in time for the final Smash character. Two sword style, clear lance, up B, boom, flying back up. So okay, I mean, let me do my review first. I'm gonna be honest. I'm happy that this chapter happened while I was gone, because I feel like I didn't really miss much. We kind of already knew that Momo was gonna catch the island with the flame clouds, so that's not a huge surprise. The art's really good. It's cool to like see it clarified again that you have Luffy and Kaido split in the heavens. That's cool. But it was more hype when it first happened. Like seeing it now, I'm used to it now. I'm like, okay, let's see more of this. But really, we just kind of moved away from that. And then we get Yamato saying that Luffy's gonna fight Kaido 1v1. Which, like, okay. I guess he has to. I mean, that'd be a great way to prove himself to the rest of the world that he's actually officially an Emperor of the Sea. But with the way Kaido's been set up and everything that's happened, just like a simple one-on-one is not what I expected. I mean, I'm down for it. If Oda knows a way to make it happen in a way that's believable, if he can make Kaido and Luffy fight 1v1, and there's a believable way that Luffy beats Kaido, I'll buy it. But throwing that in there with Yamato and Momo being like, we're not going to involve ourselves at all. Let's just go catch the island instead. I guess that's good because on one hand, Momo is going to need Yamato's help, right? Because again, Momo's just like an 8-year-old that got aged up to 20. And he's just learning how to fly. He's just learning how to do the flame clouds. So I get that much. I understand that Momo probably needs help if he's going to do the thing that we were all talking about, holding up the island. But Luffy 1v1 against Kaido is truly shocking to me. Because Yamato clearly states on page 6, after he yells Yamato, Yamato says, I know you want to take this one for yourself, don't you? Which is like, all right. That to me solidifies we're getting a power-up, though. That's what that says to me. That solidifies we are getting some type of power-up. Whether it is Devil Fruit Awakening, Gear 5, some new form of Gear 4, there's going to be another power-up. Because there's no way we're just going to have Luffy utilizing, the deflection stuff as his only power-up. It's got to be, there's got to be something else. Which then begs the question, because there hasn't been any other time to train since he fell after the last fight, why didn't he use whatever this power-up's going to be during the fight on the roof? Like, there's no real time on the in-between for him to develop a new technique. So, I'm down. I'm down for Luffy to get a new attack. I'm excited to see what that's going to look like. But it seems, I don't know, the pacing of it just seems odd to me. Again, I'm fine with Luffy 1v1ing. That's fine. Like, I always thought it was going to be a team fight. But if that doesn't end up happening, and technically it is kind of a team fight because you got Yamato and Momo catching the island, I think that's fine. But, I mean, Luffy's going to have to pull out something incredible. Or maybe, like my chat is saying, maybe he's just going to wing it. Maybe Luffy's just going to use some, like, new technique he develops on the fly and do, like, a Gear 4 dragon form or something. I truly have no idea. I don't know. And Kaido almost seems a little goofy in this chapter, doesn't he? Getting caught by, like, the rubber legs. And then even, like, the comedic timing of, where do you think you're going? Chasing after Momo and Yamato. I don't know. It seems like uncharacteristically funny. Which, okay. You know, One Piece is always funny. They mix comedy with the action, but yeah, interesting. Okay. I just have to see where this goes, though. I'm not going to make a judgment call yet. An Oda I trust. An Oda I trust. All right, so we move on from that stuff with the flame clouds. Then we get more of Zoro and King. Honestly, I kind of wish that it wasn't a Zoro and King chapter now, and that I didn't know that, because I feel like I was then expecting Zoro and King stuff, and we really only got like 6 panels. And the extent of it is Zoro breaking the mask of King. So I guess the primary thing, which I'm assuming most of the donation questions are going to be about, and most of the theories are going to be about this week, I'm assuming they're going to be regarding King. Right? Like, who is King? What does King look like under the mask? They're making this big deal out of it. Nobody knows what King's face looks like. I do love that shot on page 14 of King standing there, though. But I don't know. It's a cool chapter. I expected more, I think. After the past few have just been so good. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. I don't think it's a bad chapter by any means, looking through it. I think it's a pretty good chapter, actually. But something's not sitting right with me. And I can't really figure out why. I don't know if it is the 1v1 Luffy thing. Because the art's really good. I mean, I'm looking at page 6, page 7, page 8, page 9. The art's really, really good. But something, I don't know. It feels like I either needed just Luffy Kaido for the chapter, for the focus, or just Zoro and King. But I think mixing these two feels weird to me. I actually think the anime might be better for this chapter, because then they could split it up. They could do like half and half. The Luffy versus Kaido stuff is definitely cool, but like I said, I'm more interested as to what's going to happen with the official 1v1 between them. I need to see what that power-up's going to look like, how that fight's going to go down. But it's important to see this Yamato and Momo stuff, and I get this. And I think having Yamato and Momo work together is really nice, too, because you've got, you know, the son of Oden, the child of Kaido, working together to save Wano. I dig that. I like that a lot. And then the Zoro King stuff is really cool. Seeing Zoro going back and forth with King, slicing and dicing. But again, I almost wonder, like, what are they going to do with King? Because I forgot who just talked about it earlier in the chat. Like, maybe they are going to connect to something we already know about, whether it's like dragon's tattoos or... part of me, like, I'm looking at King right now, and it looks like King has blonde hair. And it looks like he's got the beginning right here of a swirl of a Sanji eyebrow. Like, if you look at the Vinsmoke's eyebrows, they've got that little, like, twist right there. But normally the other ones go down. So I'm thinking, like, hold on, let me pull up Yonji. Where's Yonji? Where's Yonji? Yonji specifically who I'm thinking of, right? Yeah, Yonji, there you go. How they curl down like that. I could almost imagine King having curly eyebrows or something, and that there's some type of connection between, like, King and the Vinsmokes. And then if there's like some type of latent power where Lunarians can use fire, that would then explain the stuff with Sanji utilizing fire, like utilizing Diablo Jambe and all that stuff. And I actually think it would be kind of fitting and kind of cool if Zoro's opponent in Wano is basically a Sanji relative. I think that'd be kind of cool. I actually think that would be kind of cool. I'm down for whatever Oda's going to do with King. You know, that's fine. I'm sure he's going to do something neat with this. But it's interesting the way he chose to do the mask cracking. Because it doesn't really give us anything. You see he has, like, blondish looking hair. and what appears to be like a thin eyebrow going up. Maybe a tattoo, maybe, but I think that's more of a broken mask. I'm really not sure. But I think that would be kind of cool if somehow, like, Sanji had more Lunarian blood in him than the other Vinsmokes or something, and then... I don't know. What's my chat thinking? Do you think it looks like a Sanji eyebrow? Hold on, I'm gonna make a poll real quick. Hold on. Does King have Vinsmoke eyebrows? I'm gonna ask this. I'm just curious. Yes or no? Here we go. Here we go. You guys go ahead and vote. Yeah, because I agree with Lobster Biscuit in my chat saying it's just there's not really too much going on that's particularly enlightening yet. I think that's maybe why the chapter doesn't fully sit right with me. It's that, like, it doesn't really give us any information. This feels almost like filler a little bit. Now, I know it's not, I filler, that's going to get people mad. Let me rephrase that. I don't mean that it's filler. Obviously, it's important to see more of the clash with Luffy and Kaido. Obviously, it's important to solidify Momo and Yamato's role during the final fight. And obviously, it's important to see more of this stuff with King. Filler's the wrong word, but it feels like he wanted to tease a bunch of stuff in this chapter, but none of the teases were actually substantial enough for me to be, like, really interested in it. I mean, the art, again, is beautiful. I love seeing these characters. I think it's great. This is more of a setup chapter, though, which I'm fine with. And again, I'm happy that this is what I missed. I feel like had it been a chapter like the previous weeks or the past few, and it was just stellar and I'm screaming and stuff, I would have been real upset that I couldn't stream this last weekend. But I think it was a decent setup chapter on the whole. What are people saying? Does King have Vinsmoke eyebrows? What are people saying? What was the result? 73% said no. 73% said no. So, okay, I don't think King has Vinsmoke's eyebrows then. I don't know. I think it was fine. I think it was fine. I kind of exhausted everything I care to talk about in this chapter, though. I don't really feel like there's anything else that I find interesting. I think I'm going to find it more interesting talking to you guys in the chat. So that's what I'm going to do. So let me actually pull this up. Majin Kenny is saying, this definitely feels like the calm before the storm, where things are about to really kick off. I wouldn't mind if we get a couple setup chapters for the next few, with right before big fights and flashbacks. Agreed. 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 My chat saying it's actually good that this was the chapter 2, because you could save your voice for tomorrow's Smash character thing. Yes, sir. Yes. By the way, hold on. While we're on the topic of upcoming things, I do want to show you guys something. I think some of you might have already seen this. However, if you haven't, let me play this real quick. In case you are unaware, one of my secret projects has been revealed. I am hosting a 4-episode cooking show with the official Funimation and One Piece channels. And I'm going to be recreating recipes from Sanji's upcoming pirate recipe cookbook. So this is going to be an awesome, awesome thing. This is one of those projects. Remember when I was saying before on some of my other streams, like I've been really busy with these secret projects in the background? This is one of those projects. I have been working very hard on this for the past couple months. So excited that it's finally been revealed. If you haven't seen this yet, let me play this real quick. Just while we're here, let me just play this.
Curl those eyebrows, put on your chef hats, and join me, RogersBase, as I recreate some of the most iconic dishes from the One Piece anime in One Piece Chowdown. Nakama!
Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? So I will be, I'll be hosting the One Piece Chowdown episodes. I don't know if they're going to go out weekly or if they're going to go bi-weekly or whatever. I think the first one's going to be real soon. So keep your eyes peeled. Be on the lookout for it. It's going to be awesome. Thank you again to Viz, to Funimation, to the team over at One Piece, Toei, everybody for working with me on this. It's been a pretty big secret for the past couple months, but I can finally talk about it. I can finally reveal it, and I really, really am excited. Like, I think maybe that's the other thing about this chapter too. I feel like I maybe would have had more energy if I didn't wake up at 4 a.m. But I had to wake up at 4 a.m. to catch my flight. So I'm running on very little sleep right now. But rest assured, this One Piece Chowdown is going to be amazing. I am so excited for you guys to watch it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, Nakama, thank you. With that being said, let's actually get to some super chats. Let's get to some donations, some super chats. Anybody affected by Facebook issues? No, I heard Facebook's down right now, but I don't really care about Facebook. So, all right, let me see this. Let us go through these super chats and see what you guys think of the chapter. Let's see, starting with Wendy from Water 7 saying, I think Blackbeard's going to enter Wano soon. Shiryu will kill Kaido, since Shi means death and Ryu means dragon, the death dragon. Devon being a crescent moon hunter relates to the Kozuki maybe as well. Okay, I like the idea that Blackbeard's crew is going to enter Wano. I think that's going to be cool. I don't think Shiryu is going to kill Kaido though. But I like the direction you're going in, so thank you, Wendy. Jack super chatted and said, oh, that's the one I already read, Zoom in on King's face. We talked about that already. Tristan Field super chatted and said, yo ho ho, my nakama. Have you heard the theory that Luffy's grandma is apparently from Wano, and what are your thoughts? I have not heard that theory, and I would like to know more information, Tristan. If you have any more information on that, please let me know. But I am completely unaware of the theory that Luffy's grandma is from Wano. That I did not know. I'm curious, like, what the evidence for that is. Very curious. Andrew super chatted and said, off topic, but have you heard the theory that Caesar is enhancing Chopper's Rumble Balls and could cause him to transform into a monster version of his other forms? Monster Horn Point, Monster Guard Point, etc. Look, that'd be cool. I mean, we already know Caesar and Chopper were working on the Rumble Balls. We know that already. That was revealed, like, back in Dressrosa. What? Oh no, it was in Zoe. Wasn't it in Zoe? Regardless, we know they've been experimenting. So I actually don't think... I don't think that would be a bad idea. I think it'd be kind of cool to see what Monster Horn Point would look like. And Monster Guard Point, I like that. And Chopper needs a buff. I still think Luffy needs a buff before he 1v1s Kaido, though, too. But thank you for your super chat. Appreciate that. Andrew Ichigo super chatted and said, consider that Kaido has fought 6 to 7 different people all arc long. And he's also been diverting his power to keeping the island afloat. Luffy got up from near death. Yeah, I guess because Kaido's fought the Scabbards. He fought alongside Big Mom against Luffy, Zoro, Kid, Killer, and Law. Then fought Yamato and is now fighting Luffy, Yamato, and Momo. And Yamato and Momo are off doing their own thing now. And that entire time, he's been holding up the island. I mean, he's probably tired. I'd be tired too. Maybe he had to wake up at 4 a.m. for a flight. I don't know. Yeah. But honestly, Kaido has fought a lot of people. He's fought a lot of people. So maybe he's just wearing down at this point. He's running out of steam. It's a clear nerf. There you go. Diablo just said, always happy to join your streams because of my time difference. Love you. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, and Louise just said, this is my first time on your live stream. Well, welcome. Welcome. Let's see. Isla super chatted. Isla Pelov, who says, Nakama from Paris. Still waiting for you. Oh, from the earlier streams. Welcome. We all know Oda is using references for his manga. Do you think this is the time he's going to talk about World War II and the atomic bomb? In relation to what exactly? In relation to Wano and Kaido? I don't think so, unless you're like equating the bomb to Onigashima and like falling on the people. But I don't think he's really thinking about World War II stuff with Onigashima. He might be. I don't know. But that's not how I'm reading into it. That guy 66 super chatted and said, Kaido is weakening as the fight goes on. That's why Onigashima's crumbling. Maybe Kaido has a stamina issue and Luffy just has to outlast him. Well, again, that's Luffy's strength is in his dexterity. It's in his ability to stay fighting and stay energized and stay invested in the fights that he's in for very long periods of time. You can't wear down Luffy. Luffy's will is second to none. So if it comes down to sheer will of staying up during this fight, you're right. In that case, I think Luffy could win. But the 1v1 thing is still throwing me off a little bit. We'll see. But thank you. Thank you, that guy 66. Jay So Smooth said, Roger, can you see Zoro breaking his Sandai in this fight and then getting the knee die before leaving Wano? Sure. I've brought this up before. I have no real interest in Zoro's swords. I know there's a lot of people who really care about like I can't think right now. The high grade swords. What are they called? There's a name for them. I don't care really. I've never been like a sword buff. I like Zoro, but I've never been really into like the lore of his swords. But yeah, I mean, the idea that one of them is going to break and then he gets another one, I think is totally fine. Yeah. Obviously, he's not going to break Enma. Enma seems very important, so. But there are a lot of people who like love talking about the swords. It's not really my thing. Yeah, the supreme grade swords. Yeah, but there's a name for them. What's the name I'm thinking of? Starts with an M. What are the name of the swords? The Meito blades. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Meito. Absolutely. Let's see. This is from Jack saying, the small bit of the Zoro and King fight we got is providing much needed tension that this is the final set of the raid. Feels like Zoro will be tested on par with Mr. One back in Alabasta. I hope so. I think that'll be awesome. I mean, King seems cool, but I kind of want to know more about King and the lineage and what he looks like. Like, I feel like that hint at the ending didn't really give too much. You can't really tell what's going on there aside from the fact that he looks like he's blonde and has a thin eyebrow. But I like it. Let's see. Heat Blaze super chatted and said, I believe that Kaido will publicly and physically fall. And that's how everyone will acknowledge Luffy as a different level of pirate by the end. Love you, man. Thank you very much, Heat Blaze. Yeah, you mean the idea that like Kaido actually falls from Onigashima? And that you see I actually like that. I like that a lot. That the idea of him as this like untouchable world's strongest beast falls figuratively by the end of the arc, but you also literally see him falling from the island. I like it. I also agree with the chat. I see Lobster Bisque saying the roof is going to crumble. I agree. Let's see. Hassan says, Yamato gave me big Straw Hat vibes this chapter. Well, I did a whole video about it, so you guys know how I feel about that. You know how I feel about that. I hedged my bets. I already laid it all out there. I told you guys. Yamato is joining by the end of this arc. Yamato's not dying. Yamato's joining. So we better get Straw Hat vibes from Yamato if Yamato's going to join. Let's see, what else? Boohoo723, longtime fan, says, so many people use fire in One Piece that I don't get why people need Sanji's fire to have an explanation, like him being Lunarian unlike the rest. Well, Sanji's is different, right? Because you've got characters like Luffy who are using fire with Red Hawk, but that's from the burning of rubber, right? So that makes sense with his Devil Fruit. You've got characters with fire Devil Fruit powers, Ace and Sabo, so that makes sense. You've got Akainu, who's got a lava Devil Fruit power. So the fire doesn't just come from nowhere with Ace and Sabo and the rest of them. It's not like they're just creating fire. The only ones we've seen do that are Sanji and King. So I think that's probably where people are coming from with trying to make a connection there. Yeah. Let me see. What's the next one? This comes from Naruto Hotel. All right. I almost said Nakama, but I meant to say believe it. Thank you, Naruto Hotel. Saying, I hope Zoro and King's fight progresses outside, leading to an epic Luffy and Zoro versus Kaido and King fight sequence. You mean like a la Luffy and Law versus Treble and Doflamingo? That would be sick. I would love that. I don't think that's going to happen, but I would love that. And Isla donated again and said, Kaido, what? Kaido is sinking a legendary death? Maybe he'll die this way in a huge explosion restrained by Kinemon with his last breath. Maybe he will die. See, no. I don't really know what you're trying to say with that donation, but I will say this. I don't think, I can safely say this, that I believe this. I don't think Kaido's going to get a legendary death. I don't. I think Kaido, with how everything's been set up, with him wanting a legendary death, means he's never going to get one, because he's the villain. So he's either going to be captured, he's going to get a loser's death, he's going to be humiliated or something before he dies. It's not going to be epic. No one's going to see it. Something along those lines. But I don't think he's going to actually have a legendary death. Yeah. Otaku Watch just said, is base Luffy versus hybrid Kaido weird for you right now too? A little bit. I mean, I talked about that earlier during this. The 1v1 thing feels odd to me. And I don't think it's just because, like, oh, I think it'd be cool to have, like, Momotaro stuff, because obviously they're all still involved. Like, Momo and Yamato are all still involved with this fight. They're just involved with a different portion of it holding up the island now, which I think is totally fair, right? That's probably a good thing for them to do. But I don't know. I'm sure Luffy's going to get some awesome power up to take on Kaido, but it just kind of seems rushed if that's the case. If we really are getting 1v1 just Luffy and Kaido, and a power up comes out of nowhere, it'll seem kind of rushed to me. I'm sure it'll be hype. I'm sure I'm going to be screaming over it when I see it. But I don't know. Something just feels off. Just feels off. And I can't put my finger on it. Let's see. What else is this? Brandon says, what do you think Momo will put on Onigashima after Kaido's defeat? I love your streams. I don't thank you, by the way, for saying you love my streams. I don't think he's going to put anything. I think Onigashima is going to crumble. I think the Skull Dome is going to crumble. I think the roof is going to break. I don't think there's going to be much of Onigashima left. As for where I think he'll put the remnants of it, I don't know, maybe over the remnants of the castle or something, like away from the town. I'm really not sure. But appreciate you saying you love my streams. Thank you. Monkey Thief just said, do you think Kaido's endurance feats rival a sickly Whitebeard so far from what we've seen? Future video, perhaps. I'm not really a power scaler person, so I wouldn't expect a video on that topic. But, excuse me, I don't think you can equate Kaido's endurance to a sickly Whitebeard. I don't know where that's coming from. Whitebeard was weaker than Kaido. I think I could safely say that. I think I could safely say Whitebeard was not as strong as Kaido. Maybe some people will disagree with me, but Kaido's alive, Whitebeard is not. And I don't know. I think Kaido's stronger than Whitebeard. In their prime, I don't know. I don't know. But I think Whitebeard was weaker, if I had to put money on it. I definitely agree, sick Whitebeard was not as strong as Kaido. Prime Whitebeard, there might be a conversation there, but sick Whitebeard, not a chance. No way. No way. Not sick Whitebeard. Andrew donated again and said, I just need a Brook and Apu epic musician battle. That would be awesome, but I think the time has passed. I think we're going to get more of Apu and Drake. People forget that fight is still going on right now. We haven't seen it, but there's still an Apu-Drake fight. So we're going to have to see that at some point. Gabe D. Champ just said, are you still on board with the Momotaro theory since Yamato and Momo left to hold up Onigashima? Of course, because they didn't leave, they're there. They're involved in the fight, they're just doing something else. So yeah, I totally do. Yeah. That Yamato's involved, Momo's involved, and Luffy's involved. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I still stand by the Momotaro idea. That's cool. I still think a pheasant can show up, whether the pheasant is Marco or the pheasant is, I've seen some people saying Hiyori because of the pheasant that's on her kimono. But I think it's going to be Marco still. Yeah, but I'm still on board with it. I like the idea, and I still think it's going to happen. Hey, Mike Mancool just came through and said, Roger, I'm the one who bought the Ewok movie from you. I remember. I know. I just mailed it to you a couple days ago. What is up with Caribou right now? He followed us from the time skip and even had his own cover story. Do you think he's going to steal Kaido's poneglyph? No way, Jose. Absolutely not. No. Kaido's not going to get his poneglyph stolen by Caribou. No way. No. No. Caribou was obviously... I think everything was Caribou needed to be here for the moment where he gave Luffy the meat so he can go back up to the roof. I think that's about it. Maybe Caribou's going to do something else, but I wouldn't hold your breath, Mike. Enjoy that Ewok movie, by the way. It's a lot of fun. Please let me know what you thought of it. Dilip King super chatted and said, remember me when this happens. Please, remember me. Please, Momo will drop Onigashima on the waterfall, and King is Sanji's uncle. Remember me. Zay ha ha ha. All right, Dilip King, I got you. Remember me. King is Sanji's uncle. Remember me. I got you. J-Man Joestar super chatted and said, welcome back. Wonder where Momo can land Onigashima after he stops it. This seems to be a big question from a lot of you guys in the chat, where Momo's going to put Onigashima. Zoro moving in the air was nice to see. Maybe with him outside, we'll see Conqueror's clashes on top. And maybe he'll try to use his new Conqueror's haki on King. That would be cool, and I also wouldn't doubt it. I think we will probably see Zoro utilizing his Conqueror's abilities against King. I do think that will happen. Would it be cool if King had red or gray skin? Kind of like how the fishmen have different skin colors as well. That'd be cool. Him being like a Lunarian and having like red or gray skin would be kind of neat. I think that'd be cool. I kind of think the Lunarians, I don't know, the idea of like the moon kind of says blue to me. I'm feeling maybe like blue. Maybe he'll have blue skin. I don't know. That's cool though. I'm excited. I want to see more of King. Like I said, I just wish we kind of saw more of him in this chapter. It was the only unfortunate thing. Yeah. Heat Blaze clarified his earlier donation and said, I meant Imu-sama and the world government. Got you. Tristan Field said, apparently there were people from Wano that migrated to the East Blue, including Luffy's grandma 55 years ago. Dragon's tattoo is very similar to the symbol seen on Shimotsuki Ryuma's corpse kimono. The kanji of the word dragon, look up the whole thing on Reddit. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Again, though, I don't know where the grandma thing comes into play. That Luffy's grandma migrated to the East Blue from Wano. I'll give you the dragon tattoo similar to the corpse thing. I'll take that. But the Luffy's grandma thing seems kind of weird and out of nowhere. But I'll read the Reddit thing later. I'll read it later. Yeah. Apparently there were people from Wano that... Oh, no, that's the one I just read from Tristan. Andrew Ichigo donated again and said, do you think maybe we'll see Luffy Gear 4 Lion mode? King of the Beasts versus King of the Jungle. Oh, Lion! I like that. Luffy Gear 4 Lion. That would be kind of neat, actually. I would love that. What would that look like? Would his hair look like a giant mane? What would... Lion? Gear 4 Lion Man. I like that idea, actually. And you know what? I even like it more because it's somewhat foreshadowed if it does end up being a lion with the stuff with Hold'em earlier in the arc where he had the lion in his tummy. So actually, and you got lions in the cover pages, I actually really like that. There have been a lot of lions on cover pages recently, back-to-back lion chapter covers as well. That's right, the chapter cover this week. That's right. There have been a lot of lions. Dude, Lion Gear 4 really could look awesome. I'm imagining it now. I see the mane. I think he could look really cool in that form. I like that. I feel like we might have talked about that at one point like years ago. I feel like now that I'm saying it out loud, I think I remember having this conversation on a stream like years ago. But I really love that idea. Now that it's coming back to the forefront again, I like the idea that Luffy's going to have a Gear 4 Lion mode, and maybe that's how he beats the strongest beast alive by becoming the king of the jungle. Cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Hassan super chatted again and said Zoro using his up B was definitely fun to see as he got back to Onigashima. I liked it. I liked it. Like I said, very very poignant considering what's happening tomorrow. Mike Mancool super chatted again and said King's Haki has been described to us as an armor outside the body. Do you think Luffy will use something similar to a Susanoo to fight Kaido on his level? No. A giant lion Susanoo coming out of Luffy using Conqueror's Haki? No. That'd be kind of cool, though. I'm not going to lie. If he's going to have some lion Susanoo form, that'd be awesome. I'm not going to lie. I would really like that. Do I think it's going to happen? Not so much. Not so much. But I think the more we talk about it, the more I'm kind of sold on this Luffy lion form thing. But again, Luffy Susanoo in the shape of a lion, I'm going to say no to that one. But who knows? Oda, you know, honestly, fine. I feel like at this point in Wano, we need something that's kind of bonkers and out there. And I feel like maybe some type of like Haki Susanoo or something might be just what the Doctor ordered to battle Kaido 1v1. It might be. It might be. Yeah. I'm not writing anything off at this point. I've learned to never write anything off. And Austin Smith super chatted and said, Roger, there's also theory going on that Momo will allow Onigashima to land on the factories. I like that too. I like that idea. Are there anybody... Wait, are there people in the factories right now? Or did they all get cleared out? The workers in the factories. I kind of like that idea. That Momo would, like, allow it to fall after holding it up from the flower capital and moving it over to the factories and dropping it on the factories and destroying it all. I kind of like that. I like that. Part of me also likes the idea of the waterfall thing, though, that you guys brought up earlier. Filling in where the waterfall is. I like that. Raidner says, remember me as well. The flower capital will disappear. The Kuri region will be the new capital. Since Tokyo became the capital at the end of the Sakoku era, and Yamato won't join, but Tama will. I was with you until you said Yamato won't join. Yes, Yamato will join. Nobody at this point can convince me otherwise. Nobody can convince me. Yamato could die next chapter. We could see Yamato lying on the ground next chapter, beaten and bloodied, and I will still believe that somehow, some way, Yamato is joining at the end of this arc. I don't necessarily need it to happen, but I'm completely sold. I've never seen, I talked about that in my other video, I have never seen a push for a character more than Yamato in the entire time that I have covered One Piece on YouTube. Ever. There has never been a bigger push. Ever. Never. Not even with Jinbei. Not even, let me clarify, not even with the character that joined since I've done YouTube videos. Not even with Jinbei. So I don't think so. I know a lot of people saying Yamato doesn't work, Yamato's not going to join. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Again, we'll see. It's a lot of hubbub over this character, a lot of merch of this character. We'll see. But it's like, it's just one of those things where sometimes I throw theories out there and I'm willing to be malleable and change the theory up. I'm not on this one. This is like, I'm set in stone. Yamato's joining. I am happy to be wrong. Again, if Yamato doesn't join and it's like Tama or Karen or whatever, or maybe we don't even get anybody and there's just a grand fleet, fine. I won't be upset, but Yamato's joining. And I think the quicker people accept that, the less angry they'll be when it actually happens. Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna happen. Luffy has never called a crew member a nickname. I'm pretty sure Luffy called Jinbei a nickname. I'm pretty sure Jinbei called... What was Luffy's nickname for Jinbei? I'm pretty sure he did. Nickname for Jinbei. Chopper was emergency food. That's right. Hold on. Luffy nickname for Jinbei. I think there was. Oh, he did call him boss. He did call him boss. He referred to him as Boss Jinbei. So Chopper had nicknames and Jinbei had... The nickname thing is stupid to me. The nickname thing, that is not a deconfirmation in the slightest. The whole Yamato thing... No, I don't want to get into the conversation of where I think Yamato's story is going to go, because that opens up a whole can of worms that I don't feel like getting into. But I feel that maybe by the end of this arc, Luffy will not call Yamato Yamao anymore. Is my guess. But I'm not going to open up the can of worms of where I think Oda's going to take Yamato's story. I'm going to let Oda play it out, and we'll discuss it afterwards. We'll discuss it after the arc is over, but I don't think so. I don't think so. The nickname thing, not sold on it. Not sold on it. Yeah. Bro-zoned? Yeah, it's not. No. 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 I don't. Again, there's no convincing me. I'm stubborn on this. There's no convincing me. Sparse Jones became a member for 6 months, by the way. Thank you very much. Saying Kaido is making Luffy earn the title of Joy Boy. What? I think more. That opens up a whole discussion too. I feel like more than that, Kaido is basically making Luffy earn the title of being an Emperor of the Sea first. We gotta move in steps. Luffy's gotta be an Emperor, then discover the One Piece, become the Pirate King. There's steps to these things. So, yeah. Was there ever anybody else who were stubborn on joining before, say like Kyros? If you go back to the videos, there were two, for sure. Carrots, I felt very strongly for a long time was going to join. I no longer believe that as much, but with what happened in Whole Cake Island, I did think there was a strong possibility for Carrot to join. But again, Carrot did not get the amount of merch that Yamato's getting. But I felt pretty strongly that Carrot could, and I think Carrot could still. I'm not writing it off, but I think there were two opportunities in which Carrot could have very clearly joined and didn't, so now I'm questioning it. Really, the only one that I was ever very staunchly like, oh, they're joining at the end of the arc was Bartolomeo. You can go back and watch my old Dressrosa videos, but I was like, I vehemently believed Bartolomeo was traveling with them at the ending. And technically, he did join. It just wasn't in a way that we expected. We didn't know a grand fleet was going to be formed with all these ships and everything like that. But Bartolomeo, is one of the heads of the grand fleet. So in a way, Bartolomeo did join. It was just in a different capacity. So again, even if Yamato's not an official Straw Hat by the ending, Yamato could still join as a member of like a new Beast Pirates within the Grand Fleet or something like that. But yeah, and Carrot could do the same thing, totally. Yeah. Thank you to Coco Melon, by the way, for saying, Roger, you're so handsome. Appreciate that. Thank you. I just took a shower, so literally got off the plane, took a shower, turned on my stream. So, yeah, but a fleet Yamato I could see happening as well. But Yamato's leaving Wano at the end of the arc is basically it. Whether it's with Luffy as a crew member or as a fleet member or whatever, Yamato's leaving. Full stop. I feel very strongly about it. Again, I'm happy to be wrong about this. I have no real stake in Yamato as a character in the same way that I did with a lot of other previous characters that I really, really like. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Yeah. And then, let's see. Gabe says, I love your videos, Roger, but I do feel like Yamato's not going to join because it's too obvious at this point. It was also very obvious that Jinbei was going to join during Fishman Island. And Eduardo super chatted and just said, yo, what's going on, Eduardo? Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Appreciate the donation. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Final thoughts on this chapter. This was a fine setup chapter. But I somewhat expected more. The way I was seeing it trend earlier, and then when people told me it was going to be a Zoro and King chapter, I was like, ooh, this is going to be good. And it didn't really give me anything new. Outside of the thing with Luffy basically being set up to 1v1 Kaido, which I think is an interesting story development and pretty much confirms to me Luffy's going to get a power-up at the end of this arc. Like, whether it's a Gear 4 Lion form like we discussed or something, Luffy's going to be powered up. Something is going to happen in which Luffy can then fight Kaido 1v1. If that's actually how this is getting set up. But on the whole, I thought it was a very decent chapter. Very decent. Nothing super special, but very decent. And again, I'm happy this happened the week I was out of town. Because I do think if this was a chapter that was a little more hype, I probably would have been upset that I had to wait a day. But yeah. All right, well, that's it. That's the stream. I know you don't give grades anymore, but if you did, what would you grade the chapter? Well, that would be me grading the chapter, so I'm not going to. But thank you very much, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow morning, bright and early, for the final Smash Bros. Character reveal. I cannot express how excited I am about that. That is going to be amazing. And once again, If you haven't already, definitely make sure to mark your calendars for One Piece Chowdown, which again is the cooking series I'm doing with Viz and with Toei and with Funimation. It's amazing. To be part of official One Piece cooking show is truly unreal, and I'm honored and blessed to be a part of it. So thank you once again, everybody. Greatly appreciate it. I will see you all tomorrow, bright and early, for the final Mr. Sakurai Presents. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye, everybody.